Also a time where we read some viewer mail. Christina out today. Hubs went to the post office and got today's mail. So
you made him go in the rain?
He volunteered.
Wow. Good for him. He's a hard worker.
Oh my God, he's doing
Drinks
great.
a lot, but
well, work hard, play hard. That's what my dad used to say. Dear Wildes, love the show. Thanks. From on behalf of everybody. It's not just my thing. Okay. Does Cowboy Brew only listen to country music and Black Boy Max? Well, that's a great question. Sincerely, Ryan and Brian. Well, Cowboy Brew is, of course, partial to cowboy music, because when the cowboy hat comes on, you know, when in Rome. And Black Boy Max is
friend of the family.
Friend of the family. But you also have a variety of interests, and Gianna wanted to see if you were interested in this song that she found via our Reddit page.
Yes.
So take a listen.
So, really, sadly, Wildes, I'm not surprised. This is a real song.
It's on our Reddit. Listen.
Thunderstruck, a brother is stupefied. I can add musician to my resume.
I mean, certainly, I think so.
Journalist, actor,
Yeah.
now
This is
musician.
great. Do we know who put this on Reddit?
Yeah, but it's like
It's hard to say. You're afraid to say it?
poke operator, but
Poke operator.
I don't know.
That's a hot young teenage producer.
I'm not sure. I'm
All right,
not
Poke.
sure. But
I hear you.
It's still good. That's really good.
I want to hear
Shout out
this.
to the Reddit.
Yeah. All right, here we go. It's a star-studded bud list.
Yeah.
Star-studded, all motivation. Nikola Jokic.
Oh.
number 3.
Now look, you are having a phenomenal year. A week ago tomorrow, you were number 1 on my MVP ballot, Bruce ballot. You are on the verge of becoming the first player ever to lead the NBA in rebounds per game and assists per game in a single season. You are on the verge of having the highest PER for an individual season ever at 33.6. You'd be the first player ever to go 33 or above on PER. So you're having a phenomenal year. There's no question about it. You are awesome. Maybe too awesome to not win more. Okay? And this is why I say that. Because the centers that you are now being compared to, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, and Hakeem Olajuwon, look at you got 3 MVPs. You might have 4 after the end of this year. But look at how the titles. They have more titles. Not only Wilt and Hakeem only had 2, but they even appeared in far more finals than you have. You've been to 1 finals and only 1 other conference championship.
That's right.
Yeah, conference finals. So, look, I know it's a team game. I know you need help, and this year in particular, you got a lot of injuries. But you are 31, and I know that's not that old nowadays, but 31 years old, coming off playing kind of with a knee injury. You just came off wrist injury. There's talk about that bothering you. And the Nuggets are just 6-8 since you've been back from the knee injury. And so I'm just pushing, like you want to get into that group, but I think it takes more winning to kind of comfortably be in that group. I think right now you're right there with Moses Malone, who won 3 MVPs, 1 championship, but did go to 2 finals and 3 conference finals.
Can I just ask you this real quick, Brew? It feels to me like, and I don't know how much Joker cares about this at all, that wherever he is right now in people's all-time pantheon, he is at the ceiling he can be at until he wins another title.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like that, winning the MVP this year and next year does not, because right now
titles,
what he's butting up against is Well, some people already have him ahead of Hakeem. Fine, but whatever. It's like it's Shaq and it's Bird and it's Kobe and it's that area. I don't think you can MVP your way there without at least one.
Kobe and Shaq got one MVP each.
Right.
I mean, that's important, but more important is the championships as the number one guy. So Joker, look, I do believe in you, no question, but we got to see a little more winning. All right, at number 2, Kyler Murray.
Wow.
We go to football or maybe baseball? No.
Oh, maybe.
Football. Look, Kyler, great
Classic.
text or whatever, tweet, whatever it was to the Cardinals fans when you were released, and even some of your teammates when you were released, all right? The line that stood out to me, I am sorry I failed us, okay? And look, and I'm not trying to rip, you did fail. Number 1 draft pick, 7 years in Arizona, 1 time making the playoffs. So it was a failed experience, all right? But you have to understand why you failed. Wherever you go next, I think what's gonna help you succeed is understanding why you failed. It is not because of for a lack of talent.
No.
I think Nick and I disagree on this. I don't think it's because of a lack of size.
Maybe.
Because you have shown the first 3 years, Rookie of the Year, and then you made 2 Pro Bowls in your first 3 years. You've thrown for 270 yards a game. You've had a passer rating of 100 plus. You've had your TD to interception ratio hasn't been bad. But I think the reason that you did fail there was because, and the reports are all out there, lack of study habits, maybe a lack of work ethic, maybe some arrogance that rubbed some teammates and people the wrong way. And so wherever you go next, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Miami, the Jets, whoever and wherever it is, those are the things I think you need to correct. If you could just humble yourself, learn from this experience, and obviously study, you know by now that's what it takes at this level, and have maybe an attitude adjustment in some ways, I think you can succeed. I don't think there's a question about that, at least in my mind. So Kyler, I do believe in you. All right, at number 1, the man of the hour, right? Jayson Tatum may return tomorrow, but certainly returning, the reports are from Shams this season. And first of all, Jayson, we're glad to have you back. Congratulations. It is a credit to your work ethic, your hard work, and your high character that you are can come back. Regardless of how well you play or whatever, those things are unquestionable just for you setting foot on a court again this season. Now, a lot of athletes will tell you, most, if not all athletes say, when you return from an injury, it is as tough mentally as it is physically. And I would second that, but I say not even just mentally in the aspect of trusting your body, trusting yourself to do the things you used to do. I would say mentally, in this case for you, is preparing yourself or even ignoring the noise that's going to be out there. There's already some noise out there that, oh, you could disrupt the chemistry, or, you know, should you start, or, you know, things
whose
like
team
that.
Is it?
Yeah, whose team is all of that noise. Now look, and I'm not even saying it like Nick, I don't think you're an example of this, but the expectations are raising with you coming back.
Yes.
Like now, fairly or not, people are expecting you to at least get to the finals with the Celtics, and if not win the championship. All right? And then I think if you guys go out in the second round like you did last year, then some people may blame you. So you got to understand there's a lot of pressure and duress from the outside that's going to come with you returning. The safest thing would just be to not play this year at all and come back next year. But you are taking a risk in many ways by coming back. So just be ready for the outside noise. Do what is best for you to play through it, whether that's ignoring it or whether that's just using it as motivation or what have you. But That will be out there. Don't let it stop you. Jayson, I believe in you.
All-time story if it comes to
Oh,
fruition.
gosh. Yeah, if they
The
won the
Celtics
championship, that would be.
and he is
yeah,
there.
that'd
It would be unbelievable.
That would.
And it would be, there are very few instances of a guy his caliber, missing, coming back for his first game this late in the year, and then they go on to win a championship.
I mean, I'm trying. Are there any?
I actually just read something about this. I wish I had written them down. There are a few instances across all of sports.
When did Jordan come back?
Say it again.
When did Jordan come back?
He came back late. It was like 18 games of.
But they didn't win.
No, I know. That's what.
Oh,
we talking about?
It was like 18 games
I'm
left.
talking about guys who have missed this
and
much
winning.
and winning. You've got a handful in the history of sports, but they've got a real shot at it.
Time now for the sports media ombudsman as I think of guys who came back late, right before the playoffs, and won.
It's funny you guys mentioned Michael Jordan because he comes up in this one. And
For a three-peat, you gonna congratulate him?
Well, yes, I would like to congratulate NASCAR owner Michael Jordan in 2311 because, many are saying him being on the most to lose list for the Daytona 500 is what really kicked them into gear, no pun intended.
Fair.
But that's not where I'm going with this. And I also, before I even go, would like to say this. I know that at times I poke fun at Michael Jordan because somebody has to. He's a god amongst sports media, amongst sports fans.
Sure.
And he is obviously, arguably, the greatest basketball player of all time, and inarguably one of the most iconic athletes of all time. All of that can stand on its own without needing to denigrate current athletes or kind of other athletes of his era, which brings me to today's sports media ombudsman and two of my favorite people in sports media, Rich Paul and Max Kellerman, and their new podcast, Game Over. Rich, I've known, kind of pseudo work with. Max, I kind of interned for on a radio station 20-some years ago at ESPN Radio in New York City. I interned for Michael K's show. Max's show was on after. He was always so nice. And I think he is one of the sharpest people in sports media. And one of the reasons I think he's so sharp is because, not only because he argues a lot like I do, and it's really a compliment to myself, but because he usually takes every position to its furthest logical conclusion and kind of thinks about the rebuttals. I don't think he did that when he said yesterday or the day before, Michael Jordan would average a 40-point triple-double in today's game. And you hear that occasionally. And I don't want to focus on the triple-double part. I want to focus on the 40-point part because it's so outrageous. Because I know Brew. I
think he could.
So
not for a career.
Here's why I find it ridiculous.
Okay.
You cannot apply that era inflation to only Michael, and you cannot apply that era deflation to none of today's players. Here's what I mean. Michael Jordan averaged 30 a game for his career. So 30 a lot of seasons.
Are you saying for his career? I don't think for his career.
Well, so just follow me on for the first season he averaged 37 once. So if you're saying one season, I don't think that's what Max was saying. Because I agree that the year he averaged 37. If he averaged 37, he averaged 40. But the 30 a game turning into 40 a game is a 33% premium. Which, if we apply then to other guys so Dominique Wilkins, if he played today, would be 36 a game because he was 27 a game for his career. And what about the big-time scorers today? Are we cutting their scoring by 33% if they played back in that era? So LeBron and Kevin Durant, who averaged 27 a game, they're not down to 18 a game, which is Jamal Mashburn. Well, no, obviously not. Carmelo Anthony. He's all of a sudden Hornets Del Curry. He's 15 a game. No.
I don't think anyone's.
Nobody.
That is my exact point. Of course nobody's saying that. But then then the argument falls apart. If what you're saying is that it is so much easier to score today than it was then.
Do you think it is?
I do think it is easier to score today, but not enough to where you're going to go from a 30-point per game for your career to 40.
I would be shocked if he's saying that for a career.
Well,
I think he's probably saying a few seasons. Like, I think he could average 40 a few seasons in today's. It is half of the, well, not half for him, but so many more of the shots he took would be worth 3 points versus 2. What? He would be because he'd be shooting more threes. He'd be just like LeBron, had he played in Jordan's era, would have been a better post player because you had to. That could be a strength that he's never really utilized. Jordan would shoot more threes in adjusting to the type of game, and he would score more points just for that reason alone, let alone it's so much easier to get to the rim. They give you the mid-range shot. Like,
so I wasn't
he
trying
could for a few seasons.
I wasn't, we don't have to spend a ton of time on this. I reject the notion that Michael Jordan was, when the line wasn't moved in, a bad three-point shooter because he didn't want to be good at it. I would, if
he said he didn't want to be. I mean, you could believe it or not.
I know he said it. He in the years the line was where it is now, he was 29%. He shot for the era, a little above more. He shot more often than the average player. He shot 1,800 for his career. About 600 of those were in the years when the line was
average
moved
per
in.
game.
For his entire career, which is again above average for the time.
But they didn't shoot it back then.
I understand, but
even the great ones didn't shoot it.
Right, but the
great shooters.
It is common wisdom, conventional wisdom, that if Michael Jordan wanted to be good at three-point shooting, he would have been. And my, I guess, controversial take is I think Michael Jordan wanted to be good at everything, and this was the one thing he just wasn't good at. And the only years he was good at it was when the line was moved.
You really think if Michael Jordan played today, he would not have been a better three-point shooter than back then?
No. I didn't say he wouldn't be incrementally better. But I do not think that a guy who played 15 years in this league, only shot a high number of threes when the line was moved in. Right. And the other years, it shot 29%, and I'm rounding up for his career, would not all of a sudden be a good three-point shooter. I don't think that.
LeBron went from being a bad mid-range and three-point shooter to being a good three-point shooter.
Correct. He got better at it.
Because he worked on it.
Right. And
I don't think Jordan really worked on the three. And I'm not even trying to make it a Jordan LeBron. Like, I'm just saying LeBron has never really fully established himself as a great post player.
Sure.
I believe had he played in the 80s and 90s where that was more part of the game, he would have been killing people when he wanted to down, just like Jordan and Kobe did.
But I'm
just giving him that. Just like I'm shocked you think, and I'm not saying Jordan would be like Steph Curry. I'm just saying I think would have been an adequate three-point shooter where it was a part of his game.
The LeBron post play thing, we saw a season or two where he focused on it and was good, a good post player.
Never done
but it was never high volume. Yeah. We don't have a single season of evidence at the regulation three-point line where Jordan was good at it. So I don't think it was by choice. I think it's
choice that you don't work on it a lot.
Okay. I mean,
Allen Houston was a phenomenal three-point shooter and shot less than 5 a game for his career.
Right.
But they didn't do that as much.
But the argument against Jordan's three-point shooting is not a lack of volume; it's the percentage. And so we can disagree on it. I think that saying, if Max was saying just for a year, so be it.
Yeah, I can't.
But it is if it's that easy to score in today's game, then what we're saying is Durant would struggle in the 90s, and I don't buy that.
You got 37, 38, 40-year-olds dropping 25 a game, 27 a game today.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.